Welcome, friends, to Crazy Women Country, where women's voices matter. We bring you the greatest female voices in the music industry, from the artists, songwriters, and producers, to managers and executives, and all the women who make the music industry what it is today. Thank you for joining us.
Have soldiered through the fist and fights. They'd rather watch the TV screen than listen to a word I sing.
The brightest lights, the smoke, the beer, the years that I've just singing here, the longest and the lonesome drives, experience you cannot buy. Song, every show, do the time, let the talent grow. There's no accolade without the effort. Can't reach the summit till you make that climb. You won't know your path until you walk it. Until you earn the stripes. Smoke and mirrors hide the truth, revealing your misguided youth. The rules you bend, the smiles you fake, the reputation you can't shake. The songs and stories that you sing, do you ever feel a thing? Your filtered face and Insta style, dreams will die with every mile. Every song, every show. The summit till you make the climb. You won't know your path until you walk it.
Oh no, you can't
get the stars until you earn the stripes. Oh no, there's no accolade without the effort. Can't reach the summit till you make that climb. You won't know your path until you walk it. Oh no, you can't get the stars until you earn the stripes. Till you earn the stripes.
Welcome, friends, to a song release at Crazy Women Country. Today, I am here with Donna Marie. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I am doing well. I'm so glad to get to talk to you today.
Thank you. You too.
Okay, so today we're going to talk about the Songs and Stories Collective. You want to tell everyone what the Song and Story Collective is?
The Songs and Stories Collective is essentially myself, a lady called Sarah Yo, and Tennessee Twin. That's Geoff and Victoria Mead. And we didn't actually know each other that well, but it all happened due to lockdown and having a bit of a conversation about doing a Zoom session, doing a bit of a gig. And then it just kind of turned into this thing, and we're all firm friends and writing and performing together now.
That is so wonderful. I think the good things out of COVID came the fact that we've integrated into a better way of connecting when we couldn't physically connect with people.
For sure. Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So I know there's a new song coming out on May 20th. You want to tell us about the Stars and Stripes?
Yeah, the Stars and Stripes. Well, we are collectively, we write on Zoom. I'm fairly new to Zoom. Geoff generally has to explain how to do things. He's the guru. But we did a Zoom writing session, and it was almost like we were in the room together. We had quiet times and times when we were very busy throwing ideas out, playing, chords and throwing lyrics together. And then we went really quiet for 20 minutes and we were still sat there thinking about things. And it just felt really, really natural to do, like we were together. And it was lovely. Yeah. And it's all about life as a musician for us. And we've all got similar experiences in that we've performed for so many years, and we talk about it, and we talk about things that might have happened in the pub and the club scene, doing covers, or up and down the country, and just sharing stories. And that's really what that's about, Stars and Stripes. You've got to get your stripes on the side before you can reach the stars, and that's where the song come from.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And so the one of the moments in there, I love that lyrically, the line about people rather watch the TV than listen to a word I sing. And it may not be, I may paraphrase that. So, but I love that line. That was so so true when musicians start out, especially in the clubs and stuff. And, it's a lot of times, I remember, again, I went to see Ashley McBryde once upon a time when she was just starting out, and, she was the opener and everyone was so noisy. I'm like, shh, I can't listen. But
it's insane. One of the big things, we've all got different experiences, but because it is so universal, whatever country you're in, that is the case as a performer. Certainly for me in pubs, in years gone by, I'm playing guitar and I'm singing away, and the TV screen is literally behind me and the football's on, and I'm thinking, why am I here? People are watching the TV. So it's the things we do.
Yeah, definitely. I think sports bars need to have a timeout on TV when they have performers. Just saying.
Yeah. Turn it off.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So what do you have a favorite line out of that song that you were like, oh, this is just like my favorite line ever out of the song?
Oh, that's a good question. I guess soldiered through the fists and fights. These times you're singing love songs, love is all around by Wet, 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 and playing the guitar, and there's fights going on in the corner going, there's no love here. Yeah. So that one always makes me laugh.
Oh, that's true too. Oh, I think that's the funniest thing about it. That song is such true. It's spoken. It really is.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So when you were writing on Zoom, and obviously you're saying you're newer to Zoom, how did, do you feel like that made the difference? Like you're able to collaborate without, do you feel like it was the same energy as when you're in a room with people?
For me, yeah. It didn't feel any different to me. When I co-write with people, which I'm fairly new to actually over the last, I'd say 8 years or so, 7 or 8 years. When I co-write, I very much, again, it depends on whether I'm writing for myself or for another artist or collectively. Sometimes it's better to sit back and listen to what's going on in the room, and sort of feel the room, if that makes sense. And when we getting that vibe when we were writing, it just felt like we were in the room together. It was natural. We were throwing ideas out together. Oh, a little cat.
Tigger comes to say hi. This is my other co-host.
Hi. It was just very, very natural. Like I say, we paused quite a bit and just had that quiet time like you might do in in a room together anyway when you were writing. And we gave each other the time that we needed, and Geoff would throw ideas, and Victoria would throw ideas, and Sarah, and then me, and quiet time again. And I think probably about an hour and a half, we pretty much nailed it. And it was just a case of coming back to it and taking it home ourselves and just coming up with some little ideas that maybe it didn't quite gel, or there was a few da-da-da-da-da-da bits where the lyrics weren't quite there yet. But yeah, it was just very natural, and I really enjoyed it. We're going to do it again.
Oh, well, I'm definitely excited to hear what else you come out with.
Great.
So what do you all have planned for that? Obviously getting more writing done, more releases.
Mm-hmm.
Is that kind of the goal for the rest of 2022 here?
Yeah, well, it's great to have a collective and work together, because we all bring different skill sets as well and different experiences, and it's just so natural to do. But we played a show in Manchester, which is pretty near me, at the end of last year, and we thought, well, this worked. It was just a nice vibe, and the audience were really into it. So I thought, well, let's do some more, and we do have quite a bunch of shows planned. I think we've got to put 4 or 5 shows together planned between now and the end of the year, with hopefully some more. But as I say, we're all quite busy in our own right as well. I know Tennessee Twin are busy doing their thing. Sarah's very busy. She's got a festival, very first festival that she's putting on in Devon, where she lives. I'm busy doing my other job as well. I'm touring with a theatre show, and I work as well. So we're all kind of juggling things and working collectively. It works. It's great.
Absolutely. And, I think that is so true. I think anyone that's a musician, unless you are full-time doing whatever you're doing, artist or whatever part of it you're doing, if you don't have that in a full-time capacity and just that one, like the big signed artists, you do find yourself wearing many hats and doing multiple things. I've seen that from a lot of other artists as well.
Absolutely. And I think as well, because of COVID and the way that it's affected everybody through every industry, not just music, but your priorities change a little bit, and we've all had more time on our hands to think about elements. And to me, it's just about enjoying things as well now.
Yeah. Yes. I think that's definitely something that we should all do. I can't agree more with you on that, because I think sometimes we took it for granted for just, granted, in America, there were a lot of people that still didn't, abide by the restrictions and things. And it was pretty free here, and still is. Obviously, there's no, right now. But it was kind of like, there were quite a few of us, I'd say half of the nation, if you will, 50-50, if you will, that, we were making sure we got our shots and did everything so that we could go out and experience the things that we weren't able to for a while in their capacity, and I think we don't take it for granted as much now. So
I think you're right. Yeah. I think there are always people that won't think that way, but I think a bit more empathy toward each other's sorely missed most of the time. So yeah, absolutely.
So tell us, I know we're not going to get into the 20 crazy questions like we normally do for full interviews, but I would like to know, tell us a song that you rock out to right now. Like that's that one go-to song that like makes your day. Like,
I'm not sure rock out would be the word, but anytime I hear it, Come Away With Me, Norah Jones, I just feel this sense of peace. And she just released her 20-year anniversary of the album, and I just adore the album. So not rock out, but certainly chill out too.
Oh, definitely. I was so excited to see that 20th out too. I was like, yes, I can't believe it. Sometimes I'm like, wait, was it really 20 years? Oh my God, where did the time go?
I know.
Oh, so do you have any guilty pleasure music?
I think we all do, don't we? Well, growing up in the UK, I guess my era really was the 90s. So the boy bands of the time, I guess, take that. I was a big fan of Kylie Minogue back in the day. I love also The Cause. I'm a big fan of The Cause. It's very, very poppy, but it was great music. Brilliant musicians, fantastic vocalists. So, and everybody loves a bit of ABBA.
Yeah.
Dancing Queen, yeah.
Yeah. Who doesn't love ABBA? Come on.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, yeah. And of course, that's a great group too. Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
big fan of those.
So, who are some of the women that have inspired you to do music?
The first person that springs to mind would be Sheryl Crow. I remember Tuesday Night Music Club coming out, and it was totally different. You know, I was into all these boy bands and pop music, and then this came out. I was like, "Oh, this is different," and it really got me quite interested in playing guitar. So Sheryl Crow, Sarah McLachlan, I think Alison Krauss is fantastic. Sarah Bareilles, the list goes on. Brandi Carlile, some amazing artists there.
Absolutely. I mean, that's quite a list.
Yeah.
You know, I was just talking to someone about Lilith Fair and Sarah McLachlan. That's where we were talking about that, and just how, you know, even though she's, you know, again, it's artists hit that point where, you know, the platforms aren't there and the radios aren't playing their songs as much. So you still have to go seek them out, you know, and we're talking about some of the stuff that she released since, you know, not really, and maybe it's out in Canada, you know, because of course she's a Canadian artist first, right? And then, so it was one of those where I was like, oh my God, this is so great, stuff that we haven't heard, like, you know, and, you know, it's that theory of we have to go look for it, but it's sad that we have to go look for it, that we don't have that versatility in radio across the world easily. So,
yeah.
So now, obviously, as on your own projects, do you have a lot more writing and things that you're looking to do this year?
Well, I love to collaborate. I collaborate with a guy called Patrick Jordan, and again, it's something that is very internet based. That sounds really wrong. It's very internet based in the sense that social media. He is a guy that I've only met once, and it was a few weeks ago at a gig, and we've been working together virtually since 2019, and he happened to put a post out on Instagram asking for people to do any backing vocals. I happened to be in my little home studio at the time. I thought, yeah, sure, send it over. And he's really talented. He produces, he writes, he records, he plays everything. Great vocalist. He's just incredible. So we kept this going, and then he sent some music to me. Do you fancy writing for it? So essentially I'm top lining on his music, and it became a thing, and we are a duo called Dove Ties. So we have a full album finished. We've released a few singles together, and we played one gig. So it's just nice to tie everything in. I love to collaborate. It's great doing stuff on your own, but it's so nice having other people's energy and meeting great people along the way. So that's that project. Sorry, yes, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, I love that, you know, broadening again back to the internet of being the connector again, you know, because 20 years ago, we barely had the internet. Really, I mean, we had the internet, but it wasn't like today where we
had the phone.
Social medias. It was a phone. Yeah, it was a phone. And then, of course, I think back then we still had in America, you know, after you only had certain minutes before 7 p.m. and weekends were free. Like that. Yeah. Like that whole, you know, there's a generation doesn't even understand that. But yeah, it's so great that we do have that technology to connect now and be able to write remotely. And
I think it's good in the right place. But I hope that we don't rely on it too much. It's nice to be able to still meet people and just connect in however we can. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So everyone, make sure you go and pre-save the new song.
Stars and Stripes.
Yes, I was ready to get the website there. It's the stories and songsandsstoriescollective.com, correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay. So yeah,
Fabulous.
Please go there, and then you can save the new song on Spotify. And it comes out May 20th. Is there anything else that I missed that we should mention?
Just check out any tour dates. If you're in the UK, we're playing across the UK. And again, look at our socials. We're all individual as well. So you can find us on the songsandstoriescollective.com, and you can find us all individually there. And we hope to see more of you.
Wonderful. And I hope that I might not get to the UK this year, but hopefully I get over to meet all of you.
Oh, that would be great.
Live.
That would be great.
That would be wonderful. Thank you so much for coming on today, Donna. I'm so excited to have you.
Thank you very much indeed. It's nearly my bedtime.
Well, then we will let you get off to bed. Thank you all for joining us for a new song release, and go check it out now. And PreSave. If you enjoyed today's episode of Crazy Women Country, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Be sure to click the subscribe button for new interviews weekly. And thank you, friends, for joining us today on Crazy Women Country, where women's voices matter.